It's time for Jeopardy! Good luck in this first round. Let's see what the categories are for this first round of play.
Around the world. Weather. Biblical words and phrases. Music of the 90s. U.S. skyscrapers. TV characters.
Player one, you have the honor.
This Addams Family character usually entered a room with the words, "You rang?"
Anyone? All right, pick again.
This Candice Bergen character gave up cigarettes and booze after a stay at the Betty Ford Clinic.
Player three. Why, yes. It's your turn, player three.
On In the Heat of the Night, Howard Rollins played this role originated by Sidney Poitier on film.
Anyone? What will it be, player three?
Doctors on this series include Susan Lewis, Mark Green, and Peter Benton.
Player three. No, too bad. Player three, you choose.
In 1966, Alice Pierce won a posthumous Emmy for her role as neighbor Gladys Kravitz on this ABC sitcom.
Player three. That is incorrect. All right, player three.
Skyscrapers in this city include 191 Peachtree Tower, Weston Peachtree Plaza, and 1 Peachtree Center.
Player one. You are correct. That puts you in the lead. All right, player one.
This Northwest city's Columbia Seafirst Center is more than 300 feet taller than its Space Needle.
Here is the correct response. Player one, you choose.
In the 1970s, windows kept falling out of this city's new John Hancock Tower.
Player two. To be sure. Player two, what'll it be?
1 Liberty Place in this eastern city rises 63 stories.
Here is the correct response. Your choice, player two.
Nations Bank Corporate Center towers 871 feet over this city, North Carolina's largest.
Player two. That's correct. All right, pick again.
His 1995 Greatest Hits album featured several new tracks with the E Street Band.
Player 2. That's right. All right, pick again.
Bohemian Rhapsody, one of this group's early hits, returned to the top 10 in 1992.
Player 1. That's right. Your choice, Player 1.
Her 1990 music video, Justify My Love, went multi-platinum.
Player 3. That's it. Player 3, it's your turn.
In 1995, this 1977 Fleetwood Mac LP became the USA's second best-selling album of all time.
Player 3.
The name of these South American mountains may be derived from Ante, a Quechuan word for east.
Player 2. That's it. Player 2, it's your turn. Answer? Daily double. Player 2, your wager, please.
Women of India often drape the end of this wrapped garment over their heads.
Player 2. That is incorrect. Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
Almost all Bedouins in the Middle East speak this language.
Anybody? All right, pick again.
This grain is Laos' chief agricultural product.
Player 2. Correct. All right, pick again.
Queen's University, one of the two universities in Northern Ireland, is in this capital city.
Player 1. That's wrong. Anybody? All right, pick again.
In 1992, this country superstars The Chase entered the country and pop album charts at number 1.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
Can the leopard change these? Means it's impossible.
Player 1. That's right. Player 1.
To pass over this river means to reach the promised land.
It's your turn, Player 1.
Unworthy or sinful people are known as a generation of these poisonous creatures.
Player 3. Yes, indeed. Okay, Player 3.
This storm's name is derived from Spanish tronada, meaning thunderstorm.
Player 1. That's it exactly. Player 1.
Atmospheric pressure reaches its lowest point in this less cloudy central region of a hurricane.
Anybody? Here is the correct response. Player 1, what'll it be?
The most severe of these dry spells in the 20th century affected Africa's Sahel region.
Anyone? Okay, contestant 1.
The aneroid type of this instrument measures the effect of air pressure on a metal chamber.
Player 3. Yes. Player 3, what'll it be?
To prepare for action is to do this to your loins.
Player 3. Exactly. All right, pick again.
Pale horse is a metaphor for the approach of this.
Here is the correct response.
And to finish the board,
A buran is the Russian equivalent of this North American storm characterized by blowing snow.
Player 1. Yes. Well, that brings us to the end of the first round.
Let's look at the total scores so far.
Let's move on to Double Jeopardy. Let's see if you like these categories in the Double Jeopardy round.
the 20th century, actors and actresses, new geography, fruits and vegetables, rulers, the Tony Awards.
Player 1, start us off.
This star of Nell and The Silence of the Lambs has a degree in literature from Yale.
Here is the correct response. It's your turn, Player 1.
In March 1953, this Soviet leader was entombed next to Lenin in Red Square.
Player 1. Exactly. All right, pick again.
FDR spoke of a date which will live in infamy on this date in 1941, the day after the attack on Pearl Harbor.
Player 2. That's correct. Player 2, your turn. The answer is a video daily double. Player 2, your wager, please.
In July 1962, this communication satellite beamed the first live TV pictures from the U.S. to Europe.
Take a look at your monitor. Player 2. Good guess, but no. Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
This 4,200-foot-long California landmark was completed in 1937.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
In 1929, the Kingdom of the Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes changed its name to this.
Player 2. Good guess, but no. Anybody? All right, pick again.
According to a recent survey, this tropical fruit is the most popular fruit at the breakfast table.
Anybody? All right, pick again.
St. John's, the capital of this Canadian province, lies on the Avalon Peninsula.
Player 2. That's it. All right, pick again.
The Llano Estacado, or Staked Plain, covers parts of Texas and this state.
Anybody? Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
The Rajpath is the widest avenue in this capital city.
Anybody? Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
It's the largest tropical island in the world.
Player 2. That's correct. All right, pick again.
The University of this Australian state is located in Kensington, a suburb of Sydney.
Anybody? All right, pick again.
She not only co-hosted the 1995 Tony Awards, she won for playing Norma Desmond in Sunset Boulevard.
Player 2. That's it. All right, pick again.
She stunned Broadway by turning down her 1996 Tony nomination for Best Actress in a Musical.
All right, pick again.
The best musical of 1980. It featured the song Buenos Aires.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
Andrea McCardle was nominated for playing this title girl in 1977, but lost to her co-star Dorothy Loudon.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
In 1995, John Glover won one, not two Tonys, for playing twins in the play titled Love, Valor, This.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
Many say this country's ruler, Zhu Xi, gave a deathbed command to have her nephew, the emperor, killed.
Anyone? All right, pick again.
As its name suggests, the one canary melon is this color when ripe.
Player one. No, too bad. Here is the correct response. All right, pick again. Answer, nearly double. Player two, your wager, please.
As Angela Bennett in this 1995 film, Sandra Bullock found her identity deleted from the information superhighway.
Player two. That's it. All right, pick again.
He had a role on TV's Dallas before starring in films like Seven and 7 Years in Tibet.
Anyone? All right, pick again.
She earned an Oscar nomination for starring in The Rose and an Emmy nomination for playing Mama Rose in Gypsy.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
He played the Joker in 1989's Batman and in 1994 turned into a wolf.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
This country's King Harold III was the half-brother of St. Olaf.
Player two? Yes. You've got a commanding lead. All right, pick again.
In 1993, King Hussein celebrated his 40th anniversary as ruler of this country.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
This country's King Alfonso II was known as Alfonso o Gordo, which means Alfonso the Fat.
Player two? Right you are. All right, pick again.
It's the family name of Peter the Great and Alexander the First.
Player two? Oh, I'm sorry. Anyone? Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
The ground roots of this endive relative are used to flavor New Orleans coffee.
Player 2? Regrettably, no. Anyone? All right, pick again.
Also called an Idaho potato, it's considered the best variety for baking.
Here is the correct response.
And to finish the board,
The field type is used for animal feed and hominy. The sweet type is used for a variety of dishes.
All right, that brings us to the end of the double Jeopardy round.
Let's take a look at the scores.
Here's the category for Final Jeopardy.
awards.
Player 1, please make your wager. Player 3, could we have your wager, please? Player 2, your wager, please. Here's the final Jeopardy answer.
Let's see how everyone did.
Thanks, Johnny. Player 1, your question? That's right. And your wager was? Your question, Player 3. Sorry, that's incorrect. Let's see how much it cost you. Yeah, you'll get them next time. Player 2, your question. Oh, sorry, that's incorrect. How much did it cost you? Sometimes you get a tough one.
Congratulations, Player 2. You're the Jeopardy champion.
We'll see you again for another game of Jeopardy!
Here are the high scores for all the game modes. From the Sony Pictures Studios, this is Jeopardy!
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our game. Let's see what the categories are for this round.
TV to film. treaties. People and places. Food and drink. Women poets. The insect world.
Start us off, player one.
This oriental sauce is made by fermenting boiled legumes and roasted wheat.
Anyone?
All right, pick again.
Duncan and Ruby Red are varieties of this large fruit that has sections.
Player one?
Correct. All right, pick again.
One type of this breakfast item, cooked in an iron, may be made with boiled mashed yams or winter squash.
All right, pick again.
Liptauer cheese is often flavored with these little fish, minced or in a paste.
All right, pick again.
This tuna has the lightest flesh and is the only one that legally can be called white.
All right, pick again.
The red admiral is a brush-footed type of this beautiful winged insect.
Player two? That's right.
Your choice, player two.
It fills the entire cavity of an insect's body, but does not carry oxygen to the cells.
Player three? That's right.
Player three, what'll it be?
The Aedes aegypti type of this insect spreads yellow fever and dengue fever.
Anyone?
Here is the correct response. Player three, what'll it be?
The Japanese type of this insect belongs to the scarab family.
Here is the correct response. Player three, your turn. Answer, nearly double. Player three, we have your wager, please.
It's also known as the devil's darning needle.
Player three? No, too bad.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
TV wasn't the final frontier for this series. In 1979, it became the motion picture.
Player two? Yes, indeed.
Player two, you choose.
Danger, danger. In the 1998 film, this family was lost in space like their TV counterparts.
Player three? That's correct.
What will it be, player three?
In the movie versions, she played Carol Brady.
All right, player 3.
John Goodman played the movie version of this cartoon character. Yabba dabba doo.
Player 1.
Exactly. That puts you in the lead.
Your choice, Player 1.
Harrison Ford was Dr. Richard Kimball in this movie based on a TV show.
Player 2. That's correct.
Player 2, your turn.
The 1815 Treaty of Paris was signed after his final defeat at Waterloo.
Player 2, what'll it be?
The people of this country's fourth largest city are called madrasis.
Here is the correct response. Player 2?
This belle of Amherst dressed in white in her later years.
Player 3. That's right.
Contestant 3, it's your turn.
In 1956, she married British poet Ted Hughes while in England on a Fulbright scholarship.
Player 3. Right you are.
All right, pick again.
Poet who, in 1883, penned the words, "I left my lamp beside the golden door."
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
Known for her wedding songs, she was born around 620 BC on the island of Lesbos.
Player 3. You are correct.
All right, pick again.
This poet laureate of Illinois won the 1950 Pulitzer Prize for her second collection, Annie Allen.
Anyone?
All right, pick again.
Béarnaise sauce is from France, while Bernese people are from this country.
Player 2? No. Anybody?
All right, pick again.
This treaty, signed in France in June 1919, didn't take effect until January 10, 1920.
Player 3. That's correct.
All right, pick again.
The major issue settled by 1842's Webster-Ashburton Treaty was the disputed border of Canada and this northeast state.
Player 3.
To be sure. All right, pick again.
Reached in 1993, the second of these treaties calls for Russia and the U.S. to reduce their nuclear warheads by 2/3.
Player 3.
Exactly. All right, pick again.
U.S. and British representatives in Europe signed this treaty December 24, 1814.
Player 3.
That is incorrect.
Anybody?
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
Many people of this largest island are of combined Eskimo and Danish ancestry.
Anybody?
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
Natives of this Canadian city are called Haligonians.
Player 2. Yes, indeed.
And to finish the board,
The Mende and the Temne are two major ethnic groups in this African country whose name means Lion Mountain.
Player 2.
Right you are.
Well, that brings us to the end of the first round.
Let's look at the total scores so far.
Now it's time for the double Jeopardy round. And now the categories for the double Jeopardy round.
games, Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals, generals, antonyms, tunnels, science and technology.
Okay, player one, start us off.
The winner of a game of war winds up with this many cards.
Player 3.
Correct.
Player 3, it's your turn.
This is a game of guessing words or phrases acted out, sometimes syllable by syllable.
Player 3.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Here is the correct response.
Player 3, it's your turn.
Of bocce, bagatelle, and baccarat, the one that doesn't use balls.
Player 3. That is incorrect. Anyone?
Here is the correct response. All right, player three.
It's the number of dice you toss on your first roll in Yahtzee.
Here is the correct response. Player three? Answer? Nearly double. Player three, you have your wager, please.
In this game, a person whose eyes are covered must determine a person's identity by feeling the face.
Player 3.
That's it exactly. All right, pick again.
Horemheb, general to this boy Pharaoh, fought the Hittites in Syria.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
This unit of weight is abbreviated mg.
Player 3. You are correct.
All right, pick again.
The first modern ones of these, called lucifers, were invented in 1827 and struck on sandpaper.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
To stop staining, Farrah makes men's slacks coated with this, usually found on cookware.
Player 3.
That's it. You've got a commanding lead. All right, pick again.
Hans Lippershey, who invented this instrument in 1608, called it a looker.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
A soda-lime silica formula is used to make most of the common articles of this material.
Anybody?
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
The world's first automobile tunnel, the Holland Tunnel, was completed under this river in 1927.
Player 1.
Right you are.
It's your turn, Player 1.
The Channel Tunnel, or Channel, was constructed under the strait of this.
Player 2. Yes, indeed.
Player 2.
3 tunnels under the Mersey River connect Birkenhead with this British port city.
Anyone?
Here is the correct response. Player 2, your turn.
A string of tunnels runs under the Sierra Nevada Pass, named for a famous party.
Player 2. That's correct.
All right, pick again.
The first tunnel under this Egyptian waterway was opened in 1980.
Player 2.
No, too bad.
Anyone?
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
Knobs on your stereo control treble and this.
Player 1. That's right.
All right, player 1.
This antonym of bliss loves company.
Player 1. That's right.
All right, pick again.
Use 4 of the 5 letters in floor to build this antonym of it.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
This antonym of supine describes a type of piano.
Anyone?
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
In the word predetermined, pre is a prefix and ed is this.
Player one.
To be sure. All right, pick again.
This Israeli lost his left eye fighting with Allied forces in Lebanon during World War II.
All right, pick again.
In the early days of World War I, General Erich Ludendorff captured the fortress city of Liège in this country.
All right, pick again.
In early 1864, this man replaced Henry W. Halleck as General-in-Chief of the Union Army.
All right, pick again. The answer is a video daily double. Player one, please make your wager.
At the outbreak of World War II, General Joseph Stilwell became Chief of Staff to this Generalissimo.
Take a look at your monitor.
Player one.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
In this Andrew Lloyd Webber musical, an actress becomes the most powerful woman in Argentina.
Anybody?
All right, pick again.
On June 19, 1997, it surpassed A Chorus Line as Broadway's longest-running show.
Anybody?
All right, pick again.
Patti LuPone, Glenn Close, and Betty Buckley have all played Norma Desmond in this show.
All right, pick again.
Characters in this musical include Dinah, the dining car, Belle, the sleeping car, and Greaseball.
Anybody?
Here is the correct response.
And to finish the board,
From 1992 through 96, Ted Neely toured in a revival of this musical. He played the title role on film.
Here is the correct response.
That's the end of Double Jeopardy.
Let's take a look at the scores.
Let's see what our category is for Final Jeopardy.
USA.
Player 2, your wager, please. Player 1, please make your wager. Player 3, could we have your wager, please? Here's the Final Jeopardy answer.
Let's see how everyone did.
Thanks, Johnny. Player 2, your question. That's right. And your wager was? Player 1, your question? Sorry, that's incorrect. Let's see how much it cost you. Your question, Player 3. Oh, sorry, that's incorrect. Let's see how much it cost you. Yeah, you'll get them next time.
Congratulations, Player 2. You're the Jeopardy champion.
Thanks for playing Jeopardy. Hope you had a good time. So long, everybody.
Here are the high scores for all the game modes. So what are you going to do?